Alright, like I promised you in the last one, we're going to go over how you go from this, a stack of two different metals, to this, a relatively uniform billet. Now, when you're picking out your steel, the most important thing to keep in mind is quality. Now, I've been getting my steel at blacksmithsdepot.com, and I get a 1080 piece, 3/16 of an inch thick by 18 inches long bar. That's my stock. And I get a piece of 15 and 20, 0.0625 inches thick by 18 inches long. I don't know why they made them that different. But I used to cut my bars to 4 inches and stack them up, and I'd have some left over from each of the bars that I purchased. And then I figured out if I cut them to 4.5, then I use the full 18-inch length. So I'm happy about that. As far as I have come to find out, I believe Blacksmith's Depot is a little more expensive than some of the other places you can purchase, but I'm kind of fine. I'm kind of okay with that, because you put good in, you get good out, as long as you process it right. Now, wherever you purchase your steel, you want to make sure that your thickness ratio between the two is set, or like something that you're comfortable with, because once you go to squish them, you'll get this pattern that builds up over, the restacks. So just bear that in mind. Whatever you end up coming up with is fine. Now, when I do my 80 CRV, you can see the layer difference, how it's different than this. It's because my 80 CRV bars come in a 1/4 inch thick. So I put 2 layers of the 15 and 20 per one layer of the 1/4 inch 80 CRV, just so that my layer pattern comes out looking, more or less correct. So just keep that in mind. Sometimes you might have to double up or triple up, depending on what you're getting and how big everything is. So let's go over the soup. Your soup. All it is a mixture of kerosene and borax in a 50-50 ratio, and that gives the borax, which is your flux, the ability to get in between all of the layers, and the kerosene actually primes and preps the steel for forge welding. I know of techniques where they use just kerosene to forge weld. I'm not familiar with them. I like this. I go with this. That's your soup. It's that easy. In our next part, we're going to go over grinding, getting that billet cleaned up, stacked, and ready for forge welding.